My best friend portrays herself as a sweet Christian girl, but her actions are anything but.
Sounds like she's really sour.
So let me explain. I had known this girl for years, and she eventually became my BFF, but ever since then, she's shown me a whole different side to her. By the way, this comes from DizzyNet3837, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, for some context, she portrayed herself as a very understanding and sweet Christian girl with good morals and non-judgmental or controlling tendencies. She's 23 and married her friend from high school, and he's in the military. I'm not religious at all, but I am a witch. I'm not married, but I do have a partner of 8 years, and I am 26. My man is an assistant chef. Well, here's the first thing that completely contradicts how I first felt about her. She's come to my home a few times and has ridiculed my practice as evil. I originally shrugged it off because we all have different experiences. Well, she ended up throwing out all of my witchcraft books. She's also thrown out my puppets and spell jars. I tried to confront her about it, but all I got back was, "It's evil and you need to go to my church to cleanse your darkness." At first I went with it, like, okay, fine, let's see the hype and maybe I can talk with her and see why she feels so defensive about my practices. The church was fine, a decent community, not my style, but decent, and she finally told me that she had dealt with a demon before. I'm pretty aware of demons and how they're very indifferent, like a cross or pentagram ain't saving anyone by itself. It takes a lot of work. But then she said that the same demon that latched onto her was latching onto me as well. So I get it, but it's not like I go to her home and throw away her belongings. I've dealt with very cultish religious people many times. So I try to confront her about it and she gets mad, saying, "Why are you defending the practices of the devil?" And I get annoyed to the point that I just sit silently as she takes me home. Now, the second thing that really irks me a lot was when I had finally gotten a gig on a game show called Let's Make It. It was my first ever big time gig and I was excited. So I decided I'd invite her with me. We had planned this out a month beforehand and what we'd go dressed up as, since it's a game show that requires a costume. We agreed that she'd be a princess and I'd be a dark fairy. On the day of going there, she last minute changes her costume to some kind of 1950s girl. While I'm not annoyed at the costume because I figured I'd create an entire role for myself, like, oh, I kidnapped her and brought her to this time era, I was more mad at how she treated me the entire day and night there. So the first thing that happened was we were talking with other contestants and invitees, and I started to collect numbers because I'm trying to be an actress and a voice actress, and I was meeting all kinds of people. Directors, actors, voice actors, fashion designers, all kinds of people in the big stuff, and I really wanted to make as many connections as possible. Well, one guy who happened to be a scriptwriter was talking to us, and I got excited. So I asked for his number, and I got it. So she then turns to me, smiles, and goes, "We'll talk about what you just did," and then nodded. I played this off because I'm collecting numbers like Pokemon, and she nods and smiles and then turns back to him and continues speaking with him. Well, fast forward to the end of the show where we were all getting ready to go home. There's this random guy who is flirting with her on a very noticeable level, and I'm confused because she seems totally fine with it. I'm considering maybe she just doesn't know.
But she has a husband?
Perhaps.
She has a husband?
Perhaps.
No, she does.
Oh, she does.
Yeah,
I thought you were asking.
No. She
I was
does
like, I
have
can't
a
remember.
husband.
Yeah. So we go to this restaurant and he tries to buy us food and drinks. I thank him, but ultimately turn him down and pay myself. And she goes, she has a boyfriend, which I felt was weird, but hey, I'm not denying it. So I nod and smile. But when I bring up her partner, she immediately stares me down and goes, "Oh, you mean the dude who thought he was my boyfriend?" What?
Yeah, and then is your husband.
Yeah.
He's not your boyfriend, but is your husband.
I laugh, going, "Hey, there was that weirdo." And she stares me down again. As I bring up her being married, she just smiles and looks down at her drink. Okay, weird. Fast forward a bit to after, where he takes us to an arcade bar, and oh my gosh, I absolutely loved it. Things were fine up until we went to the karaoke bar. That's when everything fell apart. She and I got very wasted. She kept going up to sing several songs, and this is where the guy we were hanging out with started to touch and feel up on her, even kissing her and giving her a tongue. Wowza.
Why are we friends with this girl?
I don't know, man.
OP, this is all on you. Like, not her behavior.
Well, yeah.
But like, why are we?
Like,
what are
maybe-
does she have any redeeming qualities?
Right. It's not seeming like it. I'm wasted, but I notice it. She sees me and then pulls me into the bathroom. She tells me that she doesn't like him like that. And I'm agreeing, like, that's very weird because she's married. So we go out and now I'm on guard duty, making sure that he's not touching her or doing anything like that. She's she just keeps singing multiple songs, even though by now the entire bar is extremely loud and you can't hear anyone up there. I step out a bit and try to call my boyfriend. I really just want to go home at this point. I don't want to be here. It's too loud. And I know my boyfriend, who doesn't drink, could get us home safely. We're way the heck out in LA, but my phone is dying a bit now and he's still at work down in Oceanside. Well, she comes out and gets very angry at me, saying that this is for me and that she was doing this for me. So I try to be nice because we're both wasted. I am not a talkative wasted despite being an honest one, whereas she's the opposite of me, very talkative and very erratic. Near the end of the night, the guy, who is also wasted, gets angry because she's being all over the bouncer. I'm again noticing this. So my friend and the dude go off somewhere to talk, right? I talk to the bouncer and let him know that she's married and that we're just wasted. We need to sober up. He's very understanding and agrees that we both need to sober up and eat something. Well, the guy that she talked to got mad and she just says, "You're really going to get upset when you just met me 8 hours ago?" So he storms off and we wait from 10 p.m. till 2 a.m. and we're still pretty wasted. But the bouncer invites us to go over to his friend's place. And we do have an update, but I need to process all of that.
Oy, oy, oy.
So many points.
Yeah.
Because, okay, first of all, kissing this random guy when she's married.
When you're married.
But then the fact that she's saying "Oh no, but I don't like him like that." I'll kiss him and I'll let him slip tongue, but
it's not cheating because I don't like him.
I just don't like him like that, so it's okay. It's fine. That's a crazy thing to say at that that situation.
Why are we friends with this girl?
Yeah, but then also just now with her saying you can't even get mad. You just met me 8 hours ago.
8 hours is actually kind of a long time.
That is so long to just be out though. She met him this night.
Yeah.
And they've been out for 8 hours.
Yeah, man, that's a long time.
Oh my gosh. Crazy.
Go home, OP, and
go home.
stop being
She's
friends with
trying.
her.
But we do have an update. I'm really hoping that they didn't go over to that
Me
friend's
too.
place. I immediately am getting concerned vibes off of this entire thing and try to convince my friend that we both wait in her car before my boyfriend can come pick us up. She gets very mad at this and throws the "I'm doing this for you." And at that point, I just go with it while trying to contact my boyfriend on an almost phone because I want to go home, not to some after party at some stranger's home. So she takes my phone, then drags me with her and all of these people I've never met before into this giant van. I'm already having a panic attack, but we get there and things are fine. They make food, they set up a karaoke machine, which my friend immediately takes over and sings several more songs. I'm just sitting here completely dissociated with reality. Everything feels as though it's a dream. I don't sleep at all. I'm paranoid. My boyfriend manages to come down there and she gets so mad at me, saying things like, "I did this for you. You never go out. You never socialize. And I told you we'll go home when I say we will." She doesn't give me my phone back and then calls him on her phone saying that I'm acting stupid and just being annoying. Mind you, I've said absolutely nothing. I'm being as quiet as possible. He hangs up with her and goes back home. And then she finally gives me my phone back.
Goes back home
From LA to Oceanside. Oh my gosh.
Boyfriend's dumb. Your
Dude.
boyfriend's stupid.
Yeah. This is everyone
in
is
the story
making
is
unsafe decisions.
stupid.
Then she goes outside to make out with the bouncer, and I'm just trying to make sure that I don't pass out because anything can happen at this point. So finally, fast forward a few hours, and I'm making sure not to sleep in the car as we drive back home. We finally get home. I just go inside and sleep. But for the next 3 days, I'm completely disconnected from reality. It wasn't until the 4th day that I finally felt like, okay, I'm home. This is real. Everything that happened is real. This isn't a dream. So fast forward a month later, and I think it's time to finally try a new hairstyle. I'm not one to do this, by the way, but I really wanted to give curly hair a try. I'm excited, but I end up messaging that same friend to come down and help me with it. Well, she gets here, and I'm excited. I had my hair cleaned and wet and got all the new products out. She sits on my bed and immediately wants to go on my social media, including my Instagram, which I have not been on for years. She just goes through my chats, and I'm asking her questions, and she brushes me off and just goes through all my chats instead. What? Why is this happening? Why are we letting this happen?
Here. Why is
Go
she
through your
here?
Instagram? My excitement is kind of dying out. My hair is drying out. So I finally get annoyed and tell her that it's time to do my hair. She finally puts my phone down, helps me out, and I'm excited because, oh my gosh, this is my first time. But after she's done helping me, she just gets up and leaves. Doesn't even want to chat with me anymore. So I sleep with it in, and the next day I take it out once my hair was fully dried. I'm okay with this. It looks all right, and I send her a picture. She gets very angry with me and says I'm supposed to leave curlers in for 3 days. I don't know anything about hair, but people on YouTube seem to say that you can do a 3-hour all the way to a 24-hour with curlers. 3 days is crazy.
How would you even leave them in for 3 days?
Yeah, what curlers do you need to do that with? Like,
insane.
even like a perm is like, you don't need to do that, man.
3 days.
So I start to feel bad because it looked great to me, but evidently my friend is angry with it.
Not your friend.
Not
She's
at all.
not your friend.
When she gets off work, she decides to come to my home and do my hair again. She sprays the ever-living heck out of my hair with hairspray. I'm visibly choking and coughing, and she says beauty is pain and women need to go through it to look great for their men. My boyfriend wasn't here, but when I told him when he got home, he got very angry. Well, now I'm having breathing issues, and it's been going on for about 2 weeks now. I have chemical burns inside my throat, according to my doctor and dentist. Oh my gosh, because of the hairspray. This is so insane. So insane. So I cannot get any acting gigs, voice or physical acting. I'm now on a temporary inhaler. So now let's fast forward to finally just last week when we go to a sunset market. Still with this friend.
What?
Still with this.
This is ridiculous.
With this friend.
I don't feel bad for you anymore. I have like no
This is
sympathy
crazy.
for you. I'm
Guys,
sorry. I'm sorry.
You gotta drop the people that are getting you into random vans of strangers and giving you chemical burns inside your throat.
Like, genuinely, I don't think that you can complain about a person or a friend and how they're treating you if you don't talk to them and also don't set any boundaries and also just continue to be their friend and do nothing.
Yeah, this is a
Like,
prime
why are you
time.
complaining about them if you're not doing anything?
It's like a nice little place that people set up shops for food or jewelry or clothes, you know, that kind of thing. I kind of don't want to go, but she begs me to come with her. And so I do. I can't breathe, can't do too much exercise, let alone walk a certain distance. But I guess fine. I'll try to be there for my friend, girl. She demands my boyfriend to come with us, and he eventually does, but he hits social anxiety bad in crowded spots. Well, the entire time I'm choking, coughing, struggling to breathe, scratching my throat because she's moving so fast and demanding I catch up to her. She then tells me to shut up and stop acting and that I'm creating problems out of nothing. Does she know that this is her fault? Does she
Probably
know that
not.
this is from all the,
I bet
the
OP never
cans
told her.
of hairspray?
Yeah, I bet OP never said anything.
I wouldn't be surprised if OP never said anything. She then mocks and makes fun of me and says that I went and smoked substances with homeless guys as we passed them. My boyfriend thinks that this is just banter and he laughs as she does this, but I'm getting annoyed, very upset, and decide I'm going home. And they can have a nice day because I cannot breathe and she's coming off as hella rude. So she gets mad and takes off somewhere, and as I get home with my boyfriend, I try to explain that this wasn't normal banter, that actually felt like real digs and that she was being rude. She whips by us and gives my boyfriend food and says that I'm just trying to ruin their night like I ruined her night when we went to the party. My boyfriend doesn't take the food and instead helps me go inside the home, and we close the door. He apologizes because he works with her and they banter in the back of the kitchen. He didn't think it was that bad. So we decided to officially cut her off. There we go.
Oh, finally.
Finally.
It only took forever.
Forever. And we are not going to hang out with her or talk to her much. He encourages me to get back into my practice. I've honestly felt happy with this decision. I got to heal a bit better this week, and by next week, I should be off the inhaler. I will have to stick to a liquid diet and nothing spicy or hot, but we got some good news from my doctor and dentist that it's healing and clearing up a lot. Within another 2 weeks, I'll be able to heal. This friend has sent me some messages asking if I'll go to church with her or if I'd like to go to a gathering. I haven't read any of them. I do feel bad though because I don't know a lot about friends, but I truly don't feel as though she was ever there for me as a friend. And you are absolutely right about that. She wasn't.
But you know who is there for you?
Us! With more episodes and stories just like this one on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Just search OK Storytime.
Do it. We'll be there for you. Unlike this girl, please continue to keep her out of your life.
Yes.
She sucks.
So much
She's
better.
the worst.
Yeah.
I hate her.
She literally
she
injured you.
Yeah, she burned your throat.
Chemically burned you and pulled you into a van.
Kind of kidnapped you. My advice for you is to be aware of the people that you let into your life.
Yeah.
And how they treat you.
Yeah.
Because this is not okay.
Not okay. But again, as someone who grew up friendless, maybe I'm being the wiener wad to her. I don't know if I should tell her I don't want to hang out with her anymore or if I should just not respond or say anything. It was so nice to feel like I had a friend, but she is not the way that she claimed that she was and has been completely opposite. So I feel unsure if this is the right choice. And that's the end of that story, but we are here to assure you it is the right choice.
Never talk to her again.